Hi everybody, welcome to this Wall Street News. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is scheduled to release March 2024 Consumer Price Index data on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Economists expect the headline CPI to increase 0.3% month-over-month in March. US government sold 3-year notes at 4.548%, 2 basis points higher than the yield at the bidding deadline. Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic said, quote, "A number coming in where the financial participants expect will be a welcome development. But it just says we got to keep watching," end quote. 10-year Treasury yield fell to 4.35% ahead of the CPI report. S&P 500 rose 0.14% on Tuesday, while investors are bracing for US Consumer Price Index release on Wednesday. When I look back on the February CPI report, I can find the headline CPI rose by 0.4% month-over-month and 3.2% from the previous year. The core CPI, excluding food and energy, increased by 0.4% in February and 3.8% year-over-year. According to CNBC, economists expect the headline CPI to increase by 0.3% in March and 3.4% from the previous year. When it comes to the core CPI, excluding food and energy, market participants expect the core CPI to rise by 0.3% month-over-month and 3.7% year-over-year. So the market expects less core CPI increase in March than the previous month. Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic had an interview with Yahoo Finance Jennifer. Jennifer asked him a question saying if the March CPI numbers were to come in line with expectations, how would you view that? Raphael Bostic answered, quote, "A number coming in where the financial participants expect would be a welcome development. It will suggest that inflation is continuing to move closer to our target, and that's a good thing." He also added, quote, "I say for me, my outlook has always been that through this year, we will see some bumpiness in the trajectory of inflation. The numbers coming in, as you suggest, would be welcome, but it just says we got to keep watching, because there's some evidence to suggest in the first 2 months of this year that perhaps inflation trajectory was stalling out of it and wasn't moving as clearly to that 2% target," end quote. U.S. government sold record $58 billion worth of 3-year notes at 4.548%, 2 basis points higher than the yield at the bidding deadline, 4.528%. CNBC's Rick Santelli gave the auction D+. 10-year Treasury yield had jumped after the stronger-than-expected U.S. jobs report last Friday and then fell, bracing for a March CPI report scheduled to be released on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So I'm wondering if the yield jumps again with the hotter-than-expected CPI report or becomes stable with mild U.S. inflation data. For the U.S. stock market, S&P 500 rose a little bit, 0.14%, as investors are bracing for the US CPI release on Wednesday. Dow fell slightly, 0.02%, while Nasdaq gained 0.32%. This is end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.